Let's see, today's Sunday, September 3rd. This is a 2005 Edgewater 185cc with a Yamaha 150 4-stroke 2005 model also. We'll do a complete walk around here. Here's the outside. I got a little scratch here. I don't take credit for putting the numbers on. The previous owner did. I may have to change those. The fenders have been replaced this spring. Underneath they have some 2x pressure treated wood, so you can actually step on the whole outer part of these plastic things and they won't break like the previous ones. Stainless bolted through. Tires got pretty good tread. There's one of them. Trailer has LED lights. There's no side lights, there's a reflector. The side lights have all come off at some point. I never replaced them. Let's see, we got the 150. There was a little fading here, so we've got some repainting. You can see the stripe here. Unfortunately, it sits this direction, and the cover you see there does not cover the motor from here down. Anyway, motor's great. Stainless steel prop was just refinished from a slight nick this spring. I didn't have them polish it because obviously in the saltwater I'm not going to pay to have it look pretty. Anyway, it's got a kicker bracket here. Came like that when I got it from the previous owner. Oh, I've installed the trim tabs. They work awesome. We've got an Airmar TM150 transducer here. It's the Navico blue connector. I'll go over the rest of the electronics inside. There's a P66 that's hooked up to a Garmin display. The TM150 is not hooked up to anything. These flappers that go into the motor well are only glued on. That's all they need to be in case somebody wants to take them off. Scuppers work great from keeping the water out and letting it out, or keeping the water in and letting it out. The other tire, the other light. I got one little nick here. I did one other video that has just a small scratch. One other video that has the complete bottom on it. I'll post that also. Spare tires in great condition, never used. Nice chains. Nice jack. Sometimes this thing wants to bounce on the trailer, so I keep this tied down also. Keep everything stable. I got a bow saver, that little chrome piece there. Upgraded wheel on the trailer, or bow roller doohickey. Got a nice bow rail for walking around. Up top there's the brand is digital antenna. It's a 4-footer. I believe it's a 4 decibel gain. Anyway, hooked up to the radio inside. Those black pods are speakers, 4 rocket launchers. Got 2 rod holders on each side, West Marine brand. Good for trolling, halibut, whatever you want. Inside, we'll start at the front. We have an anchor locker. Comes with anchor. I believe it's about 150 feet of line. 2 bumpers, 2 dock lines. All the hardware is in good condition. Got another storage here. The bow locker actually drains into here. I've got 2 plugs here. I've upgraded that drain over the stock one. Stock one just wore out. When I fished, I would keep a ice chest up here. You can see the Yeti strap downs. These strap downs will stay in the boat. What else we got? A gas fill there, gas tank access, bow rail. There is windshield right here. I put this on. It's only zip tied. Works great. It's full windshield up to here. This bar is just to help with the flexing. They also come down to here. I did have them down to here, but it took away from holding on to your T-top in rough weather, trying to move forward, so I remodified that. Got another storage here. We've got cushions. This does have a drain out the rear. Hopefully I'm holding my camera good. Anyway, this cushion cover has seen better days. One more is in the same condition in the back. Good news is, oh, there's a full cushion that goes on here that snaps. It's in good condition. Better than this. Completely usable. Forgot to throw it in here for the video. We got rod holders down here in the live well, so you can actually, they're in recess, so you can get your feet in there, get some good leverage going. You also got a good fighting place on your leaning post seat. Brought up a few halibut that way, works very well. More rocket launchers. I do have the original Igloo ice chest. It's got some fiberglass work on it. It's included. I did not. I'll get a picture of it. Same thing over here. Here's one access into the bungee cord, just to hold it open. This side has access into the center console, where you've got plenty of storage. There's 2 life jackets. There's a throwable. There's an EP85 storage device for the Yamaha. The Yamaha has a network cable running up here also. I did have a Simrad NSS9 Evo 2 mounted right here. I went over budget on getting a new boat, so I ended up taking that out and putting it in the new boat with a new transducer. That's why the transom mount one is still there. Once again, here's the wiring and storage in the T-top. This is the drain hose from the front seat we saw. There is another junction box that I had all my electronics hooked up to. Speakers all work. The ones in the center console as well. Let's see here. Currently we've got 539 hours. Radio powers up. VHF. VHS has built-in GPS on it as well. I got your radio. This radio can be networked. It has a NEMA cable also, so you can control it with like a Simrad. Turn that off. We got the other the Garmin here. I'm gonna give it a second to power up. This is connected to the Infinity speaker as well. You've got a USB charging port and an 1/8 inch stereo in. The hole was already here from a previous fish finder, so it was a good thing to fill it up with. You got chart sonar. This is connected to the P66, like I said. Just go fishing chart. I'll have to come back to that. At the moment it thinks I'm in Whiskey Town Lake. I do have a little hole here in the fabric where I had radar cable coming through, and these bolt-on pieces of aluminum as well. I left the bolts to cover up the holes on top, but that's where I had my radar mounted. Otherwise this thing's in pretty good condition. Give you a quick look up top. Fire extinguisher. Oh, I got a glove box here. All your little daily needs. These access ports go to gas tank fuel sending units, hoses. Got a live well. The pump does work. I replaced it when I first got the boat. When I first got the boat, everything in the transom got resealed. I pulled it apart, resealed it. These motor well drain tubes I just had to replace this spring. I'll give you a shot inside here, but there is the bilge. It's your wash down pump. I don't have the little cap thing, but it's a good reminder if you happen to leave the pump on, then you got water coming. I got some nice Odyssey batteries in here. They are about 3 years old. They hold the charge nicely. Fuel filter's been changed. I'll show you the motor. I have a sticker on there. Hopefully these are turning out good. It is wired for downriggers, downrigger mounts. Does not come with downriggers though. Here's the other side. Got dual batteries. This is the pump for the trim tabs. Battery switches in here. Just quick view in there. Like I said, this cushion here is starting to come apart. I use it as a fishing boat, so I never got around to replacing the covers, and if I was going to do it again, or do it, I would make some solid pieces right there that I can put my tackle box on. I put my tackle box down here, and traveling I've started to rub a bit. Same thing on this side. Not so bad, but I've got one little crack right here. It was actually here when I bought the boat. It hasn't gotten any bigger or worse. Little chip. They were here when I bought the boat. There's a couple small chips in the floor. There. This is just dirt. That's kind of a little scuff or something. Some tiny chips. I did have all my lead weights on this side in the center console. That could have been caused from those. I don't know. I've got a hole in the T-top post. You can run wires down. I had radar in there. Some others 0.1. There's another mount over here for a 0.1 or whatever else. Another antenna, whatever you want. What else we got here? Steering wheel. Showed you that. Let me pull off the motor cover. The stairs do not come with the boat. I have the reason for selling is I got a bigger boat. I got a Defiance 220 Pilot House. Kind of went over budget. So anyway, we're trying to sell this one, or I'm trying to sell this one. Bear with me a second here. There's the motor. Done most of the maintenance myself. When I first got the boat, I got to double check, but I think it was around 311 hours. I replaced the harmonic balancer just out of caution because I knew that was a known issue on this particular year. Anyway, that was done. Here was my last scheduled maintenance, or my last maintenance this spring before I started taking it out at 511 hours. I did the oil and oil filter, fuel filter, new spark plugs, new water pump, and changed the gear oil in the lower unit there. And let's see. Oh, all the lights work. I've changed them all to LED. I got a nice 4-foot Perco bar there. Plugs in, works. And LED at the front as well. Great boat. I've taken it out of Eureka many times. One time out of Coos Bay. It does have the trim tabs are automatic. with indicator switch there. Every time you turn the motor off, they do self-retract. It's a nice feature, especially with the indicators. My new boat has trim tabs but does not have the indicator, and it really bugs me. Anyway, any questions, don't hesitate to ask, email, call. Thanks for your time.